Higher consciousness. Let's go higher in our consciousness. Let's go higher, higher consciousness. Let's go higher in our consciousness. Let's go higher. The time's come for me to change the way I think, to change the way I feel, for me to go beyond what everybody thinks, what everybody says is real. Today I take a step into a time and space of peace and possibility, and here I'm gonna stay until I find my place, my true divinity. Higher consciousness. Let's go higher, higher in our consciousness. Let's go higher, higher consciousness. Let's go higher, come on, in our consciousness. Let's go higher. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step and one idea. I'm moving on, not knowing what is coming next. I'm getting close, I'm getting near to a part of me that touches everything, uniting all reality. I'm the middle between what earth and heaven brings. I am the I am the we. Yeah. Higher consciousness. Let's go higher, higher in our consciousness. Ooh, yeah. Let's go higher, higher consciousness. I'm on my way. Let's go higher. I'm going today. Consciousness. Yeah. Let's go higher. I'm gonna touch the sky with my mind, holding tight. Clouds passing by. I'm gonna touch the stars. It's not very far. There is no limit to how high I can fly. Let's go higher in our consciousness. Come on, let's go higher. You can go if you want to. Let's go higher. Let's go higher in our consciousness. Higher consciousness. Oh, yeah. Let's go higher. It only takes one step, one idea. Let's go higher. Let's go higher. Let's go. Let's go higher. Let's go higher. And higher consciousness. In our consciousness. Let's go higher. Higher consciousness. Consciousness. Let's go higher. Now is the time. Consciousness.
Ooh.
This is the place. Let's go higher.
All right, peace and blessings. Sound check, sound check. Let me know if you can hear me well. I have a different internet connection tonight. You just make sure you can hear me well. Kafu, Sale, X2, Heru, can you hear me well? All right, peace, Sherry. How are you? Excellent.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this session of the Kamitic Legacy, KGM, Kamitic Guided Meditation. So let's see who we have in the room here tonight. We have California in the house. Hetep. Exem Soset, Harisa Menab is with us. Ankra Usat Sharem from Dayton, Ohio. Brother George Jones from Atlanta. Sensa from Hetapu. And we have Sir Kierta from our Wisconsin region. Welcome. Sister Lorraine, Brother Mark, put your name and your location where you're at, and please let us know if you're just joining us for the first time tonight. We've had a lot of folks joining us. Hundreds of people have joined our Kamitic Meditation portal in the last couple of weeks. So we have our Quay from Stone Gap, Big Stone Gap. All right. And we are on YouTube. All right, Sherry. Brother Nadal, the ever-present. On Facebook, we have Sheka Ma'at. How you doing? All right. Brother Michael, Brother George, Kai Picard Kateb, welcome. And we have Asali and Janice from Junkers. Okay, LA's in the house. Sister Amenika Shepsut, the divine one. Okay, Kai is from Chicago. Trisha Valentine, where's my first timers here? First timers, first cycle. Who's here for the first cycle? Dealing with Amen. Asali from Cleveland, Ohio is in the house. Michelle from the UK, staying up late with us tonight. Greetings. Kiyama representing Jersey. All right. All right, all right. Sun City, California. Brandy, welcome. Where's my first timer? I know I got a first timer in here. Heru Mesra from Houston, Texas. Okay, now. Sherry from Atlanta. Sacramento's in the house. What's going on, Brother Desmond? Yes, Brother Desmond, good to see you. I think your magic device worked a little bit. Got to talk some more. Brother Sakep from Tampa, Orlando, and Jacksonville, and many other places. My man, good to see you in the house. Anum from Luton, UK, up with us tonight. And Guy is with us from Benin. All right, we got the motherland represented. Holly Springs, North Carolina with Mark. FN is in the house. Brooklyn is always in the house. Hanuas. Yes, West Palm Beach, Florida. That's right. I'm right next door to you right now. And we have Hanuas. Okay, Deborah's here from the UK on YouTube. The UK is on YouTube. And we have Kima from Boston, Texas. Oh, New Boston, Texas. All right. Richmond, Virginia's in the house. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, and welcome back. My name is M. Tahuti Kamo. I'm serving as a Orwa in the Osirian tradition and your host in the Kamitic Legacy platform. So I want to welcome you. Monterey, California is here. I don't see my first timers. Where are y'all at? We're pushing up on 2,100 people that are doing Kamitic meditation or pursuing it. And I know we have a few hundred of you who are hearing this for the very first time. So I have some good news for you tonight. I have some okay news for you tonight. Actually, okay, Adwele from Washington, D.C. in the house. William is here. And Los Angeles is strong. So our master teacher, Ra Nephra Men, has a scheduling conflict this evening. So he is not going to be with us tonight. but it's important that we got together because I wanted to make sure that you are aware of a very powerful event and new developments that are coming up. And it's all happening around July 3rd. So actually 2 weeks from where we sit right now, you're going to see some major developments. And those of you who are benefiting from this Kamitic guided meditation process, you're going to see how to really take it to the next level. You're going to see all the programs and support that we have for you to help you on this journey, and also how you can help us to spread the word, because I think you'll agree that we're at a very interesting time in history, aren't we? You know, we're at a very interesting time, and we're being bombarded with all kinds of social changes, technological changes, you know, political changes. You know, we're in the midst of a lot of aggression and war and things that are happening, a lot of uncertainty, right? So there's no time like this time. There's no time like this time for us to really focus in on our spiritual work, because our spiritual work is the root of everything that we need to do in the world. I think you'll agree. Give me some feedback on that. I think you will agree, right? Let's put this up here. Masamankali is with us. All right now. So yeah, we have to get very focused. We have to get very focused on our spiritual work. We have to understand that peace is the root, peace is the foundation. And I'm sure that you appreciated and felt and experienced the power of peace to empower us to do everything we need to do, to have the clarity of mind, to have the receptivity, to be able to get that intuition that we need to be able to navigate, you know, uncertain times. And then most importantly, to understand what our role is, what our lane is, what our mission is that we need to execute in order to be successful for ourselves, for our family, for our community, so that we can stand strong and be successful for the world. And so we can tap into that power of the spirit, which knows no limitations, right? To be able to move what we need to move. That's right, Sherry. So I want to spend a little bit of time with you, if you will. Allow me to talk to you about how to anchor into your spirit the powerful, powerful lessons that we received this month about Amen, which we understand. For those of you that are new with us, we don't worship a God by the name of Amen, or a God by the name of Seer, or a God by the name of Tahuti. These are the personifications of the various aspects or attributes of the one supreme being, the one originator, creator of the world, and administrator of the world, who administrates the world through a multiplicity of faculties, in the same way that we, made in that divine likeness, have to function in the world through a multiplicity of faculties, right? We need the faculties to be able to reason properly. We need the faculties to be able to communicate. We need the faculties to be able to navigate the world through our will. We need the faculties to be able to reach inner understanding, right? These are all different aspects of who we must show up as in the world. So our ancestors and many of the ancient sages, prophets, and founders of spiritual traditions around the world understood this and represented it, you know, pictorially, represented it in images, in stories, enshrined it, you know, put it in temples to show you the importance of it, but understanding that the one supreme being, which we call in the Kamitic tradition, Nebuchadnezzar, the Lord of all, manifest through a variety of faculties. So we're talking about in Kamitic meditation, and the Kamitic meditation portal program that we have is that we focus each month on one or more of these faculties based on the energy fluctuation in the cycles of the earth and the moon and the sun, which opens the door for us to nourish that same faculty within our spirit and to get in tune with, right? If you think about it for a moment, around you right now are millions of different radio waves being projected by different radio stations, but you don't hear it. You have to have a device to be able to tune in, and then you have to tune that device to a particular frequency or station in order to receive that broadcast. But that broadcast is going on all the time, right? So in the same manner, the wisdom of the Supreme Being is manifesting itself on different levels. And Kamitic meditation is one of the ways that we tune in, we attune ourselves, and we get that intuition. So this month we focused on Amen, the faculty of Amen. And I want to take you through the portal once more again, especially for those of you that are new, those of you that might be looking at this for the first time. You saw it on YouTube, or you've come into our Kamitic meditation portal, and you're trying to catch up, you're trying to understand what it is that is in front of you. So let me take a moment here and show you around. All right, and those of you that are regulars, you notice that some things are moving, some things are changing, that we are evolving, and we're getting prepared for a launch of the full Kamitic meditation, guided meditation program in 2 weeks from tonight on July 3rd. And I'll share a little bit more about that in a moment. But in here, you can see every month we focus on a different faculty, and there are 3 sessions through which we focus on that faculty. So we put a starter guide in here that I want to share with you. So when you log in, again, if you're familiar, you might not have noticed we put that in here today. And let me just show you how that's going to help you to navigate and help folks that are new. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got the wrong thing on the stage here. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's try that again. So this is our workbook that you can click on, you can download, and you can have a place to be able to navigate and track your progress as you move through the portal. So here we give you a little introduction. Some of you might want to print this out too, as to what the Kamitic meditation practice is about. And these are the 3 sessions that we have every month. The first session is to learn about the Netter, your divine faculty that we share with the Supreme Being, and the spiritual power that is predominating, that's being supported, energy is being supported this particular month, and the laws that we need to follow in order to align with that divine energy. And then secondly, we have a guided meditation with mantras, hekaus. That's ancient mantras set to music. And we have a guidance by our master teacher, Ram Neframen, with music and affirmations. And we execute a meditation script while we are in the meditation state. So we'll talk about that more in a second for those of you that are new to this process. And then the third session, which is very powerful, is the Q&A and the testimonials, where you get to, really be part of a community that we're forming here. You get to take this journey together. You get to learn from the experiences of others, and you have a place where you can share your experiences and get insight. And I think you'll agree. We've had some powerful testimonials, as well as some very interesting questions that have been answered. Let me see you in the chat. Let me know that you can hear me, that you're with me. You can feel what I'm saying here. Okay, your birthday, Letitia. Okay, you got to be in Brooklyn. You got to be in Brooklyn with us. Can y'all hear me? All right, Patricia. Yes, yes. Excellent. So this is all laid out in this downloadable file that we put here, and also portal navigation. So how you move around through the portal and deal with the Amen material. And we also want to let you know that, as Shechem Brown Neph Amen said in session 1, this was the beginning. And for some of you, we're excited because this was your first Amen meditation. Some of us have been doing Amen meditations for several years, right? Let me know in the chat how many years, some of you veterans that are here. And we talk about the powerful experience that we had, but we have to anchor that in our spirit so it stays with us, right? We have to apply that. We have to keep that, that revelation and that new state going. As he said, the ability to be able to respond to challenges, right? 3 years, yes. Be able to respond to challenges, to even be able to respond to opportunities. I sold insurance for some years, and it was interesting with the insurance tables. They talked about the factors that would lead to increase your possibility of dying. And 19 years, Sayab, that's right. Whoa, 29 years. So do you know that major life events, even something like getting married, something like winning the lottery, something that you would say, oh, that's a good thing, that's a positive thing, has the ability to elicit a stress response? 40 years. Wow. That's one of our Carrie Hebb, some of our circle of magicians. You'll learn more about that. So even quote unquote good things, good changes, right, can be, I'm not going to say it can be stressful, but it can elicit a stress response if we haven't changed that mechanism of responding to losses and even to gains, right? Sometimes you gain something and you're worrying about losing it, or you're worrying about what other people will think, or you're worrying about, having to be able to share, or it creating other problems, right? So we need to be able to anchor this experience and continue to grow with this experience. So we put a note in here to let you know that there's much, much more to the work with Amen. And that is done through Ma'at, the 11 Laws of Health, Wealth, and Success, which is a course that we have that I'll share with you on our KAMITIC Stream mobile platform, which is one of the ways to really get that. 34 years, Amenika Shepsut must have started in the crib. Yes, 15 years. So I think you'll agree that, you can be meditating for years and you still got to be on this. You still got to be working this. That's what we call ritual. You have to observe it. Maybe you need to set aside a few days a month to just focus on this Amen work. One of the ways to anchor it is by your KAMITIC meditation scripting process, which is something that if you're new, you may not be aware of, but it's a way to rewire your stress response, right? So that you develop a script that will associate this new state of divine inner peace with situations that heretofore elicit a stress response from you. So you can learn all about that on the course, Ma'at 11 Laws of Health, Wealth, and Success. But now we give you the steps to go through, right? So again, if you're new, if you're watching this video, this is where you go. Download this on your phone and you can walk through this. It tells you exactly what steps to take. Session 1, what that's about: connect your goals with the Amen faculty, right? What it is, the mantra that you need to chant to help to awaken and nourish that faculty within your spirit, and then a space for you to take notes. So some of you tech folks, you know how to do that. You download this PDF to your file on your phone, and you can actually edit this. So this is a great practice to get into, where you start to record your experiences and so on. Then the live guided meditation, how to prepare for it, what the background of it is, what your assignment is, right? So you'll want to go through this guide that's up here and make sure, you know, before we leave this Amen, this period that we have dedicated to the function of Amen, that you have been thorough and that you're taking this practice with you. Some more journaling space here. A little bit of guidance on the breathing technique is here in this download, this free download that you get. How to breathe and coordinate your breathing with the mantra. And the general observances, right, that you need to put in place to make sure that your meditations are effective. And then your reflections. Session 3 is recap and testimonials. Good place to put your questions down. But also we have a survey in the portal. So once again, if we go to the portal, right here at the bottom of the first page, you'll see that there's a survey here. And, you know, the survey is to help us to make sure that we're presenting this in the best way possible for you. And also it's a place where you can put your questions, right? Because you might be watching this as a recording, so the live session is over. You might be in another time zone. Some of you are in a time zone and you're taking one for the team tonight, right? You're up later than you need to be to get your rest. But you might be in a different time zone when we have our live sessions, and you can put your questions in the survey, and then we'll do our best in our next live session to shout you. Well, we won't shout you out. We keep it anonymous, but to state your question and see if we can get that addressed and answered. And also, very, very important is that you share your experiences. And we learned by people sharing their experiences. For example, someone last week noticed that every time they meditate, they were pretty much assaulted by all kinds of negative thoughts and feelings. And it was explained to us that this is often the part of the cleansing process, because you're stirring up things deep in your, we don't use the word subconscious because it is obviously something you can be conscious of, but deep inside your psyche that you have perhaps suppressed, never fully addressed. So there's an opportunity to, once you start to meditate, these things are coming up, and that's your psyche saying to you, you really need to handle this. You need to deal with this. So instructions was given as to how to deal with that. And again, in the Ma'at 11 Laws module, you'll learn how to now write a meditation script, because you might start meditating and you have certain things in mind, certain goals, certain challenges that you have, and you might not be aware that the challenge that you're experiencing is actually associated with some other conditioning that you have, that's at the root of it, right? So that's your spirit's way of throwing it up and saying, well, this is at a deeper level associated with this thing that you're meditating on, and you need to handle that. So you might need a spiritual reading on that. There'll be an opportunity for you to get a spiritual reading from us in on July 3rd, if you happen to be in the city of Brooklyn, New York. I'll share that with you in a moment. But you also definitely will need a meditation script and need to address that with a series of affirmations, visualizations, etc. So that's just another reason why it's so valuable, right? Even though you might not think that it's a something worth sharing, it becomes a teaching moment, not just for yourself, but for the couple thousand of us that are in here. Some of us able to show up at that time, and some of us working or occupied or in another time zone, right? So the survey is very important. It's not just a survey, it's a place for you to share your feedback, your testimonials, right? And your questions. And then we'll get to those and address them. So also you'll find the other modules. So if you're just joining us, Amen is that aspect of our spirit that is timeless, that is eternal, that is unconditioned state of matter energy. So it doesn't have a particular astrological sign or zodiacal correspondence or energy, but in his grace, our master teacher dedicated this month to Amen so that you will have this as a foundational piece of your spiritual work. So whatever other aspect of the Supreme Being, whatever other aspect of your spirit that you need to work on in your Kamitic meditation, Amen is the foundation of it all, right? So this is a resource that you'll have and always be able to go back and refresh yourself on, right? But if you want to take it deeper, then we advise you to get this module, the Amen module of the course. See if you can see this. Okay, it didn't switch over. Okay, so here we have it, right? Okay. So this is the Amen module. What's in this module? Well, you have a explanation of the faculty of Amen, instructions on how to work with it, the mantras, which you already have that, but you have it in a form where there is no seating. There's just guidance as to when to breathe and when to focus on your meditation script. And then you get the affirmations, right? So, and these are the various tracks. So these are audio tracks. In the Amen mantra and guided meditation track, how to do a meditation script, and then your Amen guided meditation track. This is something that's available to you right on your smartphone. And as you progress through the different courses and faculties, you can customize your own playlist, right? So if wherever you are, you can hit up one button and get right to your meditation. So that's what's in that module that we recommend as part of your follow-up to make this permanent. All right. So before I answer any questions that you might have about that, I want to share with you this exciting news. Many of you have been asking about the books. How do we get the books? We talk about all these amazing books that Shechem has written. Let me see some fire in the chat here. If you've been waiting to get these books, right? The Maduna Tear 7-volume set, Well, we actually have a 50th year Osiris set, 50 years of Osiris set reprint edition of the Meduniter series. And you'll notice it's volumes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? Yes, Michael, right? So we're going to be reintroducing those to the world in 2 weeks. And you notice volume 1 is still in the percolator. There's some more things that Shechem Shechem wants to modify and to add to that edition, because that was the mothership. I can remember, those of you in New York, that good brother Imhotep, Gary Bird, when this book was released and he interviewed Shechem Shechem, the storm of people that came, yes, need that 50 years, right? And such a powerful, groundbreaking work. So, in putting it back out, he wants to gift us with, some more information for this commemorative edition. So that's on the way. And in the meantime, we have volumes 2 through 7 ready to go. So we'll be launching that. And if you happen to be fortunate enough to be in Brooklyn, you'll be able to come and meet him in person and get your copies. Hopefully, depends on how long the line is. That's a lot of books to sign. So I'm not. Nobody's promising you're gonna get all 6 volumes signed. But he's going to be doing a book signing, and after that, we're going to have a live session. This is a Thursday. This is July 3rd. As my good brother, one of our esteemed scholars, Dr. Ishaka Musa Barashango said, right before the 4th of July, on the 3rd of July, we'll be declaring our independence, our spiritual liberation at Nicholas in Brooklyn on Fulton Street. And the master teacher, Ram Nefarman, will be there presenting, signing a few books, meeting the folks, and then he's going to conduct our Tahuti cycle. That's the next cycle, the Tahuti cycle. Our Tahuti cycle, Kemetic guided meditation, live in front of a live audience. And of course, it will be broadcasted, for all of the members of the Kemetic guided meditation portal. Yes. Is that exciting? It's been a minute. we got to tell you the story one day about how his works have gone around the world and been reprinted and plagiarized and bootlegged and all the kind of things that have happened, but he's going to re-release them now. And you're going to hear about a unique method of distribution of these books that's going to make sure that they really reach all of our people that need it, and help you, incentivize you to help us to distribute this the right way, right? So that's going to be powerful. So this is the launch, really, the launch of our Kemetic Legacy platform. And our platform includes the Kemetic guided meditation portal that you all are experiencing. And I expect that you're really enjoying, as well as our own mobile audio platform called Kemetic Stream. So we've been waiting to trying to keep the present, wrapped up, but it's just about ready. And we expect that on July 3rd, all of these aspects will be together. So you're going to have your experience with a live and supported Kemetic guided meditation every month. You're going to have the books that you need to really get your studies on and go deep into this practice. And you're also going to have a proprietary mobile app that's going to help you to organize your meditations, your spiritual work, and so you can be out here in the world as stuff is going on, and you can just be plugged in, getting the information that you need, putting the proper seeding into your psyche and into your mind, right? And being able to hit a button and meditate and pull down, the angels on your iPhone or the angels on your Android or wherever you are. It's going to be very, very exciting. I'm sure you're going to really enjoy it, right? So it's a complete and integrated system. The resources that you need, the guidance that you need, and the ability for you to be able to connect with like-minded folks, to have a place where we can come together. And Shechem mentioned it the other night. We've been having spiritual retreats for over 40 years, where many of our senior members have been able to come together, in nature and, spend 3, 4, 5, 7 days in meditation, doing these different meditations and so forth. So, we need to build the type of platform that will empower us to be able to do that for thousands of people, right, in a very professional, safe, and comfortable environment. That's coming, right? Many of you might have noticed he spoke about certification. There's things that you want to study with us and be able to get to a level of mastery where, you can qualify yourself to be able to help to teach it, to share it. So certification programs, are coming down the line. And many of you have spoken about divination, the ability to get oracle readings and things like that, right? Again, that's another thing that requires the proper delivery system, the proper platform, so that, when you get a spiritual reading, the most important thing about a spiritual reading is not prediction, it is prescription, right? It's like going to the doctor and the doctor says, you know what, the way you're going, you're on your way to some serious problems with high blood pressure. You don't just go home and be like, oh, well, I got a reading. No, what's the prescription? What's the medicine I need to take? What's the herbs I need to take? What's the diet I need to change? What's the acupuncture points I need to massage? And the qigong, it's the prescription that enables you to live what the reading is speaking about. And that's why, in his care and in his experience, he hasn't rushed, to put a place, in place, the type of, just spiritual readings. It has to be done the right way. So that's the reason we have Kamitic Legacy, this platform. That's the reason we are sharing this with you. And you're going to hear about, the next levels of our program and how to become a full member and the, discounts and the services and all the things that are going to be available that we have been developing in the background here. So July 3rd is the beginning of our, unfoldment this year. And I hope that any of you that are anywhere within the ability to come to Brooklyn and hang with us that day are going to be with us, to experience this. It is a historic event, the release of these books again to the world and the launch of Kamitic Legacy, your spiritual learning platform to help you to navigate this world and be successful, more successful, through the technologies of our greatest ancestors, all confirmed by modern science. So with that said, I just wanted to bring you that update. As I said, if you joined us late, Raul Nefarman, our master teacher, has a scheduling conflict this evening, but we thought it was important to put this word out to you to get prepared for July 3rd. If you can be with us in person, great. If not, we are going to be broadcasting, streaming on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. We're also going to be in the webinar room, so you'll be able to enjoy it and participate from now on. No, Maurice, Soundwise is not going away. It's transforming itself into Kamitic Stream. So we made it our own branded platform. All right. Anybody else have any questions? All right. Pittsburgh in the house. And before we go, anybody want to share any more of their testimonials? How's the Amen work been going for you? Yes, Heru, you had a question. So, Uchamachir, new content from the books will be in Medunate Volume 1 and in Ma'at 11 Laws. The other books are a reprinted 50-year edition that has the instructions as to how to apply the work in the book by joining the KAMITIC Legacy program. Yes, there'll be a replay of today. And Heru, I'm not sure what you're speaking about that you purchased but haven't received. Let us know about that. If there's anything you ordered that you didn't get, see if I have the email address here for you. You can send that to sarsetpa@gmail.com, and I'll take a look at that. So you can let me know about it. Let's see here. Okay, you couldn't have ordered the new books because they're not even released yet. It's not getting near. If you're already part of our AASI membership, you'll be hearing about that as well, probably this weekend. But we didn't release an order form for that yet. Okay, Maurice said, Amen work enabled me to respond to an email from a win-win perspective. Okay. Yeah, opening your email can be a trigger sometime. Okay, will volume 1 and my 11 laws be available on July 3rd? No, there's no guarantee of that. That's still a work in progress. And as I said, you know, Shekim Shekim is a person of high quality. So there's some things that he wants to add to those two works, because those two are really foundational. I mean, they all are, but so no, those aren't available yet. Looking for an old R.A. Strong book on, or maybe he was around it for a minute at the time. Yeah, I hear you. There's a lot of works going back to the realization of Netanu that are not in print right now. Okay, Michelle says it's been very inspiring to have support. Yes, that's why we're here. That's why we need to grow this. And yes, Ellie, you will be able to purchase live at Nicholas, but at the same time, we'll be launching our new distribution system in 2 weeks. So you'll have a way to purchase and also a way to refer other people to purchase and share in our profits. We developed a powerful profit sharing program that we will be rolling out simultaneously. Okay, and is it Egfie? I think it's Effie. I purchased book 7, but have not received it because they ran out. Okay. All right. Again, send me an email. We'll make sure you get the new one. Okay, and as far as Oracle cards, that is also coming. And I think we may have a limited release of some of the last ones we have. So stay tuned on that. But yes, we will have more Medunitaire Oracle cards, I would say, before the end of July, possibly on June 3rd, on July 3rd. But send an email. Okay, Saket Nair, send me an email about your Empower Your Manifestations. You should have definitely gotten that already. Yes, Effie. All right. Michelle, no, I don't know about UK. That's another. I think we should be able to distribute in the UK. So that's a good question. I'll make sure that's clarified. All right, so that looks like it. So I want to thank you all for spending a little bit of time with me, and wanted to update you on this powerful event. E-King coins are pretty widely available. No special need there. No, I don't think we're going to have UK distributors in the coming few months. I think we've got to grow the base a little bit further before we can do that. And there's 70 Medunitaire cards in the deck. By the way, I'm glad you brought up this thing about this Medunitaire Oracle deck. As I was explaining, there's been a lot of, improper distribution of Shechem or Shechem's works. And this is one of the reasons why he's taken his time to re-release things, and he's put this system of distribution together. You'll understand it when you see it. I don't want to give it out. But yeah, there is an alternate Medunitaire Oracle version. It's a brown deck. It has other figures in there, like I believe Ptah, Ra, and so on. That is not the Medunitaire system that Shechem was gifted from the spirit. It is not the Medunitaire system that you are taught through volumes 1 and volumes 3 of the Medunitaire books. So I have seen that along with a illegal copy of Medunitaire 1 sitting side by side. So somebody who doesn't know, may pick that up and think that they go together, and they don't. So yes, the official Medunitaire cards are blue, and they will be re-released to the public shortly. Okay, somebody was stealing your volume 1s, huh? Okay, well, guess they needed it. Uh-huh. Okay, and then we have Oruada Nenchas Ra, another one of our Keriheb priestesses, powerful priestess in our DC area. And she says, Amen meditation clarified a reading for my person by emphasizing the need to look at the whole, establish and keep a peaceful perspective about the situation. Certainly so. No, Cleto, the books don't have significant changes. These are reprints for our 50th anniversary because we now have the proper distribution system. We've also marked them to distinguish them from the illegal and incomplete copies that have been circulating. And we also have in the book guidance for people to connect with us so that they can meditate with us in the KGM and get the whole experience, so that it's more than just an intellectual process. They can know how to apply it properly. So only volume 1 and Ma'an 11 laws will have additional information. So if you already have these volumes 2 through 7, you don't need to purchase them. I don't know about you, but definitely something you would want to have in your library as a keepsake, something you might want to bequeath or give to your children and so on. It's a historical piece here for a master teacher to be teaching for over 50 years and have produced this work. So that's what that's about. And let's see here. Okay, that's Ona Hawk. Had a flurry of challenges come up with my work with Amen. I was unable to prevent all of the harmful emotional reactions from coming up, but had to live with myself being aware that the feelings are there and this is not my fault. The difference I experience is a sense of fulfillment rather than depletion. With gratitude and guidance and community, my spiritual development continues. Thank you for sharing that. And you're right. You're right. You're right with us because we've all experienced that, and it's insightful for you to say it's not your fault, because part of the work and part of what was talked about in the previous Amen session was that we are the consciousness. We are the witness. We are the seer. We are not these thoughts. So you're not really thinking. It's a knee-jerk conditioned response. And it's there because of, perhaps years and years of a conditioning process, and at the root, imitation of societal norms and so on, right? So, in our early stages, we have to remember not to identify with these thoughts and feelings and not to take blame for them. There's a beautiful line in the great I Ching Oracle, which says there's a fish in the tank, no blame. A fish in the tank, no blame, right? Like if you're sitting there at the aquarium and these fish are just swimming by the window, you don't identify with that. So that's how these thoughts are. That's how these conditioned knee-jerk emotional responses are. And Amen is going to root you in that piece of perspective to be able to see that you are the seer who's witnessing these things. And no, you're not responsible for their generation at this point. What you're responsible for now that you're awakening spiritually is to ignore them, is to let them just go on their way. And then on the intentional side, for you to take that responsibility to seed your mind and your psyche with the proper thoughts. That's what the affirmations are about, with the proper visualizations, as you empower the faculty that is going to ultimately, neutralize these things. So thank you for sharing that and that insight that you are receiving. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, so you'll get the cost, the prices and all that when we roll this out. And Maurice said, I recommend buying 2 sets, one for use and one for legacy. I hear you, man, because people will walk with your books, or you'll want to lend them to me, even a child, and then how that goes. Digital copies of the books, not at this point. And do we have to purchase the Amen meditation to continue to listen to it? No. The Amen meditation track that you have in your portal here, and everything, every resource that's in the portal will be available for you. We're calling that our entry level, right? So that's always going to be there months from now when people further discover what we're doing. They'll be able to come in here and get themselves oriented, get their first experiences with the Kamitic meditation system. And then if they want to continue with us, they can become full members, there will be a $25 fee for that. So let's see, I think that's all we got right now. All right, Letitia. So we look forward to communicating with you next week about further developments, and we will see you on the 3rd of July. The 3rd of July, whether you are in person with us in Brooklyn, or you're able to tune in, our broadcast will be on StreamYard, it will be on YouTube and all that, just like this one right now. So you'll be able to experience it from wherever you are, and you'll also be able to get a recording if you're not available at that time. We will be sending out information. I don't have it on hand as to how to reserve a spot. If you're able to come through and get a spiritual reading, we have a crew of our priesthood members that will be giving spiritual readings between 2:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. live in Brooklyn. All right. Have a great meditation tonight. I know you're going to do your meditation. And a wonderful rest. And we'll talk to you all soon. Etepu, peace and blessings.
Take that step.
Over the hills, up the mountain, to the top, taking a step. No more spills from the fountain, we won't stop, taking a step.
Take that step.
Over the moon, over the sun, we will continue to take that step.
Take that step.
Over the moon, over the sun, we will continue to take that step.
Yeah.
Made it this far, we have to keep on, no one will stop us, taking a step. Flying to that stop, singing our song, sweep away the dust, taking a step. Over the moon, over the sun, we will continue to take that step. Over the moon, over the sun, we will continue to take that step. Higher heights, moving on, stepping on, taking that step. Keep on, moving on, stepping up, taking that steps. We will continue to take that step.
Over the moon,
Continue.
we will continue
To take that step.
take that step. Gonna have fun. We will continue to take
Taking
that
that
step.
step.
Feeling brand new, getting it done. We will continue to take
Taking
that
that
step.
step.
Taking a step.
Taking that step.
Taking a step. Take that step.